Let me go direct to the point. I'm not going to buy anything from the video game industry for a long time. I'm disgusted and disappointed with many things that are happening right now, so I don't think I'm going to spend a huge amount of money in any game that comes incomplete and many times requiring updates that bring issues that wasn't in the game before, trying to fix something but messing up other stuff in the product. During this racial crisis we are passing this year around the world, for political purposes with media manipulation, I got astonished at seeing all this hypocrisy in the video game industry. Seriously, George Floyd didn't deserve such death, but he was not the kind of person to be promoted as a dead hero, resulting in massive riots, destruction of public and private property, violence against white and black civilians, making many of them lose their small business as well. And then, when the show on the streets are happening defying the Chinese virus lockdown orders, Nintendo comes and say, "I'm sorry for the world being racist, Black Lives Matter." Then Microsoft jumps in the train with the same speech on social media. And here comes Sony with the false apology either, with a black screen on social media talking about a problem they've never cared about. But the most shocking for me was seeing Sega. After all of these manifests online, they said they were going to help black communities, but they didn't tell us which community, when exactly they are going to do it, what kind of help, and the amount of money that would be going to these people. Fuck. This is bullshit. Bullshit. And here's why. If all these companies really care about black lives, they would unite themselves for a global mission of advancement in technology and investment in African and Latin American countries. This is something they should have done years and years ago, and they didn't. The pressure of all these companies together would help make any government of any African and Latin American country decrease inequality in a huge number in a short time. How many people in these countries still don't have electricity in their houses? Many of them don't know even what a video game is. Sonic and Mario for them are things that don't exist in the imaginary. All this hypocrisy and many other situations I have passed are making me refuse to buy anything from these companies. They might be donating money, but they even don't know where the money is going. Or they might know there is this possibility either, because in the Black Lives Matter website, when you go to donate on their page, the address of the site goes directly to the ActBlue company, the one that works for the Democratic Party. And when people ask the heads of the movement about the money, they don't give any response about where the money is going and how it will be used to help black communities. This here in Brazil has a name, and the name is scam, okay? Not just this. They are a movement fighting against a white president that has made much more for the black community than any other president, to place another white guy, but this one is responsible for a massive incarceration of the black people with his crime bill in the past. Seriously? Do you guys prefer Joe Biden instead of Orange Man? It makes no sense to me. But the funniest thing about all of this is that one of the heads of the movement has said that Joe Biden has taken advantage of their movement. Guys, who do you think you are fooling with such statement? You guys are giving donations to the Democratic Party and paying people to go on the streets to make their shows. No, I'm not this fool to believe in such thing. Also, USA is so racist that Barack Obama got elected 2 times and he didn't make the lives of black people better. He has a merit just for being the first black president. The rest, he didn't do too much things. In his time, blacks should be empowered, and they weren't. And when someone from the other side comes to do what Obama should have done, you guys get mad until this point? Black Lives Matter here in Brazil is a fiasco. Majority of the people here don't believe the incident in Carrefour supermarket was a racial crime, because the black guy who was murdered there carried with him a criminal historic, as well as his father that also carries with him a racial crime and violence against women. His wife, to be exactly. All criminals. This movement has a huge problem. Not the movement itself, it is the people who follows them. They are too dumb to be able to think for themselves. They are unable to do it. Just because the TV is saying it is a racial crime, they go nuts. Too easy to manipulate. The more chaos happens, more footage the media get to sell to other countries. You are not fighting for equality following Black Lives Matter. You are just a puppet doing dirty works to the TV networks make profit with your stupid actions. Wake up. What is happening around the world are serious cases of violence, not racial crimes. If you look at the past from many of the victims the movement claims they are fighting for, you'll see all of them has a criminal passage that can present doubts about the legitimacy of this movement. Does racism really exist? Yes, but do you know how will you promote equality? Stopping going just through the dark side of the rap culture. The ones that say, are you going to study? Stop acting white. Are you speaking proper English without slams? Stop acting white. This thing exists in my country either. I passed through this problem, but here we don't have these racial slams so frequently because black people here are not too racist like the black people in America. They use it to attack me calling me fag for trying to speak proper Portuguese language. This thing is real. The black community around the world have a problem with themselves. They are the ones who bash themselves thinking they are doing great, and they aren't. This culture has created people who don't want to have family. The black community has a huge absence of fathers in their homes to guide them. It's difficult to find a responsible black man, and even Barack Obama told it in his speeches. Homes that don't have authority inside to educate children and teens, true responsible men to reinforce the education they women are given to their sons and daughters. In other words, we have incompetent black men and incompetent black women around the world. Candace Owens, that is right-wing, and Don Lemon, that is left-wing, passed through the problems of this culture. I can confirm because I had experiences with it either. The only difference is that here in Brazil is not the rap, it's Brazilian funk. Here in Brazil, we have grown men making songs telling everyone that they prefer to have sex with minors. Do you know cuties? This thing here in Brazil is normal, and this is one of the things that are making me want to get out of the pré-favela that I live, because it's a hell. We see children on the streets doing everything cuties is showing on screen. And to make things worse, the guy that is the head of the bullying attacks I suffer here is boyfriend with a girl that he started relationship when he was 23 and she was 12. 12. All relationships he starts are with minors. This episode here is not a crime. Do you know how his mother referred to them? My kids. If the girl was 16, I would think it's okay. She's not a saint. She knows how the world works due to gender. She's almost a young adult and it's time for her to get responsibility about her actions. But no, a young adult being boyfriend with a child. This is something common that you see every single day in a favela, and the media says favela is culture. For me it's not. Favela is poverty, mediocrity and misery. Favela is not culture. I always thought I deserved the best in my life. I don't understand what these people have in mind. You guys support segregation, creating cafes just for blacks and clubs just for whites as a form of empowerment to the color of your skins? Do it! Just do it! Democrats stole the election, it's all right to you? Do it! I just don't get it and I don't want to contribute. That's why I decided to pirate my games. Because I don't know how the money I'm giving to a company is being used. I buy their stuff waiting for improvements in their games, sequences of my favorite titles and classic ones, more focus on creating things to please everyone. No, they just use their money and influence to destroy people. I don't want to support destroyers. Period. That's why I'll be for a long time not buying anything, because the video game industry nowadays sucks. I didn't pay a huge amount of money in a game to have a Black Lives Matter mural inside it without my consent. I bought the game is mine. I'm like the old times from the 90s. If you didn't complete your game, don't launch it or delete garbage. I just buy a product that appeals to me and my thoughts. If the game has something I don't want to see, I don't buy it. Don't force things that people don't want to see. Okay, EA and Capcom? I won't buy anything from any company that wants to change my game with messy updates, placing disgusting messages that wasn't there before, changing mechanics that result in a messy difficulty in the game, or changing the place of a character to appeal to a feminist image, destroying the feeling, objective, and difficulty of certain level. Don't come at me saying I'm contributing to the end of the video game industry, because it's false. Video games will never end. To someone be able to drop the game on the internet, the person must buy it first. Sony dominated the market with the PlayStation 1 because of piracy. Sonic Mania with Mighty and Ray and the entire game itself actually happened because of piracy on the internet. Video games are popular because of piracy, period. Even more when the case is about classics that are really rare to find and buy a copy. Not everyone in the world can afford a console or pay $40 or 260 reais for a game that contains all of these issues. And for sure, there are still a lot of fools who buy them. I was one of them. But my case is freedom. I want my freedom back. The same freedom I used to have playing my Mega Drive with no company collecting my data and violating my pseudo privacy. Pseudo privacy because Microsoft knows a lot of my life, I can't deny it. Well, this is the truth. I don't want anymore. I think all of these companies should care more about the quality of their services instead of entering politics. Also, I can't forget to mention the Japanese Nintendo's hypocrisy, letting Biden make campaign inside their game, and then after so long time they decided to cut the content related to it, saying they don't let politics inside their games. Seriously, if you really cared about it since the beginning, you should do it in the same day Nintendo of America showed up with this thing. The same hypocrisy from Obama. You let the fire spread to the entire world to finally tell your disciples that defund the police is an horrendous idea. Thanks, Obama. Thanks to you and the Democrats, I lost friends and a special friend because I was totally opposed to it since the beginning. It's all your fault. America is so racist that they gave you opportunity to be president 2 times and you didn't solve any problem in the black community. The only thing you do is calling names to others. I work hard. I know the problems I have in my life, and when I'm in front of my PC, I want to delight myself with a good game, not a social justice garbage. I want to forget how disgusting the world outside is and go into a place that is totally different. The real reason that is making me go back to the piracy times is because EA blocked my account with my collection of The Sims 4 in it for 3 days. 3 days. They cut my online and offline access. Why? Because I was complaining about the way they are doing things with strong criticism about their woke marketing. I took this punishment. EA can erase my account with everything in it, and for me to get all my stuff back can take a long time and some money to happen. Funny is that people were thinking I was being homophobic criticizing the introduction of a gay sim as a main character in Snowy Escape. They think homosexuals can't be criticized, they are all sacred. Bullshit. I'm gay and I was criticizing her introduction because they, instead of showing us actual footage of gameplay in a gameplay trailer, they decided to show her girlfriend's pussy on screen to manipulate the feelings of a fanbase that is composed of 60% of female players. This is actually a kind of marketing that females have more tendency to fall. And it worked. That's the point. They forgot that trains aren't functional to praise the Sims 10 about such thing we already have. We have gays everywhere in this game. Not a thing to complain, I like it, but seriously, you guys are too concerned about image than objectivity. That's why I don't go with orange-man bad NPCs, it's disgusting. I'm not interested in her girlfriend's pussy, I want gameplay. Being gay is a feature that we already have in the base game. Practically most of the things we got in Snow Escape already exist in some form in other packs. Absurd. The Sims 4 is a game that is already passing the cost of 3,000 reais in my country, and my collection is almost complete, the same price of my computer, and the game after 6 years still doesn't provide the fun necessary to justify the cost. It's a scam. So what I did? For the first time I got a pirate version of The Sims 3 while I couldn't play The Sims 4. And I got a huge surprise, I'm going to make a video talking about it. The Sims 3 is superior to The Sims 4 in basic things. Well, that's it for today. I'd like to say thanks for watching my video, and until the next one. Bye bye.